Good evening, my dear students. Here is your teacher Abdul Rahman. Hope you are enjoying my videos. In the previous class, we have studied about the Chezy's equation for the loss of head in pipes. Now we will study minor energy head loss. We have studied previously the major losses in the pipes, that is the frictional losses. Now we will study the minor energy losses in the pipes. So what is minor energy loss? The loss of head or energy due to friction is known as major loss, while the loss of energy due to change of velocity of the flowing fluid in magnitude or direction is called minor loss of energy. The minor loss of energy include the following cases. The first case is loss of head due to sudden enlargement. Second, loss of head due to sudden contraction. Third, loss of head at the entrance of the pipe. Fourth, loss of head at the exit of the pipe. Fifth, loss of head due to obstruction of pipe. Sixth, loss of head due to bend in pipe. And seven, loss of head due to various pipe fittings. Now, we will derive a formula for loss of head due to sudden enlargement. Loss of head due to sudden enlargement in a pipe. So, for that, we will consider a liquid flowing through a pipe which had sudden enlargement as shown in the figure. Consider two sections 1-1 and 2-2 before and after enlargement. Here, it is the section 1-1 and it is the section 2-2. It is the pipe, and suddenly the pipe enlarges and diameter becomes larger. So let us consider two sections, section 1-1 and section 2-2. Let P1 is the pressure intensity at section 1-1, B1 is the velocity at section 1, and A1 is the area at section 1. Similarly, P2, V2 and A2 are corresponding values at section 2. Now, due to sudden enlargement of the diameter, the liquid flowing through the smaller pipe is not able to follow the abrupt change of the boundary. Thus, the flow separates. Here, the flow becomes separate from the pipe boundary, and turbulent eddies are formed as shown in the figure. These are the turbulent eddies. The loss of head takes place due to the formation of these eddies, and the loss of head takes place due to the formation of these eddies. Let P dash is equal to pressure intensity of the liquid eddies on the area A2 minus A1. Here we can see that here area is A1 and here area of the pipe becomes A2. So this area is A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1 will give this area, this and this area, A2 minus A1. So P1 is the pressure intensity of the liquid eddies on the area A2 minus A1, and HE, loss of head due to sudden enlargement. We consider HE is the loss of head due to the sudden enlargement. So, applying Bernoulli's equation at section 1-1 and section 2-2, we can write P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2. Here Z1 is equal to Z2 because pipe is horizontal. Sorry, one thing I forgot. Here, loss of head due to sudden enlargement. Because the energy at section 1-1 is equal to energy at section 2-2, but due to the enlargement there is a loss of energy, that is HE. So here P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by rho g plus Z2 plus these losses of the fluid, losses of the energy in the fluid from coming of the fluid here to here. So H is the loss. Now Z1 is equal to Z2 because pipe is horizontal. So we can cancel it out and we can write P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus He, that is the loss of head due to sudden enlargement. Now we can write He is equal to P1 minus P2 by rho g plus V1 square minus V2 square by 2g. Let it equation number 1. Now consider the control volume. Now consider the control volume between the section 1,1 and section 2,2. The forces acting on the section 1,1 is P1A1, that is the pressure for perpendicular to this element, this section, and P2A2 perpendicular compressive perpendicular to the section 2 acts compressively. And here we have considered the pressure intensity of the EDs are P dash, and the area on which P dash is acting is A2 minus A1. So Fx, the forces acting in the x direction are Fx is equal to P1A1 plus P dash A2 minus A1 minus P2A2. P dash A2 minus A1 is the force, pressure intensity force due to the EDs acting in the area A2 minus A1. So Fx is equal to P1A1 plus P dash A2 minus A1 minus P2A2. But experimentally it is found that P dash बराबर P1. P dash is equal to P1. P dash is equal to P1. So the equation becomes Fx is equal to P1A1 plus P1A2 minus P1A1 minus P2A2. So this becomes P1A1 is cancelled out. So it is equal to P1 minus P2 into A2. Let this equation is equation number 2. Now we know that the force from the second law of motion, that the rate of change of momentum is equal to the total force. We know that rate of change of momentum is equal to force. So we will find out the momentum. At the section 1,1 and the section 2,2. So momentum at section 1,1 is equal to mass into velocity. So what is the mass of the flowing fluid? It is equal to the rho 1 A1 B1, or you can say rho is the same for the water, so rho A1 B1 into velocity is B1, so it becomes rho A1 B1 whole square. Similarly, momentum at the section at section 22 is equal to momentum per second, you can say momentum per second is equal to rho A2 V2 into V2 is equal to rho A2 V2 whole square. So change of momentum per second, momentum per second is equal to rho A2 V2 whole square minus rho A1 V1 whole square, or is equal to rho A2 V2 whole square minus A1 V1 whole square. Now from continuity equation, we know that A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So A1 is equal to A2 V2 by V1. Putting this value in equation number 3, putting this value in equation number 3, we get rho A2 V2 square minus rho A2 V2 by V1 into V1 square. So it becomes rho A2 V2 square minus V1 into V2. V1 gets cancelled out. So it is equation number 4. Now we know that I have told you earlier that the rate of change of momentum is equal to change of momentum per second is equal to force. That is the Newton's second law of motion. So rho A2 V2 square minus V1 V2 is equal to, what is the force? We have calculated the force, that is force is equal to P1 minus P2 into A2. So it is equal to P1 minus P2 into A2. So from this equation we get A2 cancel outs. P1 minus P2 by rho is equal to V2 square minus V1 V2. V2 square minus V1 V2. Now dividing both side by G, we get P1 minus P2 by rho G is equal to V2 square minus V1 V2 by G. So let's suppose it equation number 5. Now suppose it equation number 5. Now put the value of P1 minus P2 by rho G in the equation number 1, that is the head loss due to sudden enlargement is equal to P1 minus P2 by rho G plus V1 square minus V2 square by 2G. So we put the value of P1 minus P2 by rho G in this equation. So we know that HE बराबर P1 minus P2 by rho G plus V1 square minus V2 square by 2G. So P1 minus P2 by rho G is V1 square minus V1 by V1 V2 by G. So V2 square minus V1 V2 by G plus V1 square minus V2 square by 2G. So by taking the LCM, 2V2 square minus 2V1 V2 plus V1 square minus V2 square, we get V1 square plus V2 square minus 2V1 V2 by 2G. Now we get it is a square plus b square minus 2ab. So b1 minus b2 per whole square by 2g. So He is equal to, this is the formula for the loss of head due to the sudden enlargement. This is the formula for the loss of head due to sudden enlargement. So now this derivation can be used in solving out the numerical problem. The method of solving the numerical will be same as we are deriving the formula for the loss of head due to sudden enlargement. Now we will see the head loss due to sudden contraction, and the head loss due to sudden contraction is HC. We denote the head loss due to contraction is equal to HC. HC is equal to V2 square by 2G bracket under 1 by CC square minus 1 bracket close, where CC is the coefficient of contraction because the area gets contracted. So CC is the ratio of contraction. Now we will not derive the formula for all the losses, minor losses. We will only remember the formula because we have no use in our syllabus or curriculum. So only we will know the formula. So it is the V2 square by 2G bracket 1 by CC square minus 1. Let K is equal to 1 by CC square minus 1 root under. Then this loss becomes KV2 square by 2G. If CC is given 0.62 assumed or given, then K is equal becomes 0.375. So log of H due to sudden contraction becomes 0.375 V2 square by 2G. And if the value of CC is not given, then assume the value, then K will be assumed as 0.5. In that case, the head loss due to sudden contraction becomes 0.5 V2 square by 2G. Third formula, loss of head due at the entrance of the pipe. Let entrance of the pipe means suppose this is the tank and this is the pipe. So that means here if the water flows or fluid flows, then it is the entrance and it is the exit. So loss of head at the entrance of the pipe, HI, that is the I means inlet, is equal to 0.5 V square by 2G, where V is the velocity of liquid in pipe. So now loss of head at the exit of the pipe. Loss of head at the exit of pipe is HO. O means outlet is simply V square by 2G. Here, that is the outlet, where V is the velocity in the pipe. Now loss of head due to bend in pipe, HB, is equal to KV square by 2G, where K is the coefficient of bend. Suppose this is the pipe flowing and this is the bend of 90 degree, and it can be, the bend can be of 90 degree, 45 degree, 75 degree, it can be of any degree. According to bend degree, we will take the value of K. Now loss of head due to various pipe fittings, like we use elbow, like we use T-section and the reducer. So we use a lot type of fittings. For that, the loss of head due to fittings is KV square by 2G, where V is the velocity in the pipe and K is the coefficient of pipe fitting. It can be taken as per the fitting, or it can be given by the manufacturer. So in this lecture, we have studied the minor energy losses in a pipe, and that's all for today, this lecture. Thank you very much. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, like it and comment it. Thank you very much.